infamous 22 number.
You are not going to believe
The amount of pandemonium that is currently taking place will astound you. Sue Bird, a legendary figure whose name is ingrained in women's basketball, recently experienced what can only be called a full-blown public outburst. Even the insiders were stunned by the sudden and dramatic implosion. Here's the surprise that exploded the whole thing. Caitlin Clark has reportedly notified Team USA that she is done. If they won't allow her wear her iconic number 22 jersey, she's done. Yes, that number, the most recognizable number in women's sports right now. And Sue Bird's answer to this ultimatum? Yes, it was more than simply a wave. The entire basketball world was rocked by it. In the midst of all this mayhem, a managing director finds herself trying to patch 10 different holes in a ship that is sinking faster than she can bail the water out. People are murmuring, executives are freaking out, analysts are scrambling. This is not petty locker room drama. This is not a minor disagreement. This is a nuclear-sized crisis with the capacity to transform the entire trajectory of USA basketball as we know it. We're talking about the biggest star the sport has seen in decades, essentially offering Team USA an ultimatum behind closed doors and Sue Bird being blindsided by the response. I need to hear from you first, though, before we go into depth about Sue's panicked response and the precise words Caitlin purportedly said during that private chat. If you were in Caitlin's shoes, would you truly walk away from Team USA over a jersey number? Drop your answer in the comments because, trust me, your perspective matters in this conversation. Remember to hit subscribe and like the video so that we can continue to share the truth that no one else will speak out.
I'm not a very creative person. I was born on January 22nd, so it's what I went with when I was about 5 years old.
All right, queens, let's get right to the heart of the disaster. Team USA has officially contrived the largest, most unnecessary crisis in contemporary women's basketball. The worst part is that they made a judgment that is genuinely so perplexing that it nearly seems deliberate. They requested that Caitlin Clark, the literal face of the sport, the most magnetic player in the entire basketball world right now, surrender her iconic number 22 for the upcoming December training camp. Multiple sources close to the matter say Caitlin's response was as icy and direct as a mid-court dagger. If I can't wear my number, I'm not coming. According to reports, Sue Bird, the executive director of Team USA, is currently going through a downward spiral, losing sleep, holding emergency meetings, and asking questions like, how did we let things get this bad? Because this thing didn't just escalate, it combusted. Let's make something absolutely clear. This is not about a number. Respect is at issue here. This is about identity. This is about informing the world's biggest celebrity that her history, her brand, and the icon that millions of followers identify with her are all irrelevant. Fans are upset. Analysts are stunned. Behind the scenes, officials are questioning if USA basketball actually comprehends the generational problem they are facing. Caitlin Clark is more than a mere participant. She's a global name, a cultural force, a once-in-a-lifetime star whose brand is stronger than the institution that's trying to control her. If you're with Caitlin on this one, tap that like button. If you're not, please explain in the comments. Naturally, click subscribe to ensure you never miss anything Court Queens has in store. This entire firestorm ignited at the worst possible moment. Right as basketball fans were gearing up for Team USA's huge star-packed training camp in North Carolina scheduled for December 12th through 14th. This camp was meant to be a celebration, a time of solidarity, and an exhibition of the greatest talent in the world, including Paige Brewer, Juju Watkins, upcoming superstars, veterans, and the entire squad. But instead, it turned into ground zero for one of the oddest and most surprising disputes women's basketball has seen in years. A controversy that might actually drive its most iconic player away from the team entirely. According to leaked reports, Team USA intended to deprive Caitlin Clark of the number that characterized her whole career, from her record-breaking college career at Iowa to her spectacular WNBA debut season. And the time, it could not be worse. Caitlin's stardom is soaring. Her global reach is expanding by the week. And this decision, this careless, avoidable, totally Tony decision has provoked an online uprising. Right now, her followers are all over the place, swarming every forum, urging her to stick to her principles, imploring her not to give in, and defending her number, identity, and legacy. To be honest, you can't hold them responsible. Because when a player alters an entire sport the way Caitlyn has, you don't take things from her, you honor them. If you're standing with Caitlyn, drop a 22 in the comments and make sure you're subscribed because things are heating up fast and Court Queens is the only place breaking it all down for you. Let's get one thing absolutely straight because this is the root of everything that's blowing up right now. Caitlyn Clark's number 22 is not just a number. It is the single most famous, most recognizable, most culturally powerful number in women's sports today. Forget about it. End of conversation. From the time she took the floor at Iowa, shattering records and changing reality, to her entry into the WNBA, where she became the league's most watched athlete right away. That number has been hers. It goes beyond simply being sewn onto a jersey. It is woven into her narrative, history, and the identity that millions of admirers worldwide identify with. When they see 22, they don't just think Caitlyn Clark. They think long-range threes that look impossible. They imagine telepathic passes. They think of the fire, the competitiveness, the electricity that has made her a global phenomenon. Fans carry that number from crowded arenas to living rooms all around the world. It is a brand, a heritage, a symbol, and a banner. Separating Caitlyn Clark from the number 22 is akin to separating brilliance from the game itself. It doesn't work. It doesn't make logic, and it shouldn't even be attempted. If you agree, please hit the subscribe button, like, and comment so Court Queens can continue to provide you with the truth in the unique way that we do.
Team USA training camp on December 24th. News broke that Caitlyn Clark will be taking a part in the training, which that's what we talked about at the beginning of the video. Now, this right here this came out this came out on the 24th. So these are the numbers, man. Head on over to Twitter and check this out real quick. So this is what was released right here. It says Lauren Betts. Hold on, here's the ages. Where's the number? Here we go, right here. So these are the numbers. Caitlyn Clark. Let me blow this all the way up, man. I want to blow this all the way up so y'all can see this. So as y'all can see here, man, how did Caitlyn Clark's number will be changed? So who's wearing 22? Or if you guys remember, Michael Jordan wore number 45 in the Olympics.
Take a time to consider this. Really sit with it. No other superstar in the sport, no other athlete on her level carries the number 22 the way Caitlyn Clark does. She has become that number, not just worn it. In the same way Michael Jordan is 23, in the same manner Wayne Gretzky is 99, Caitlyn Clark and 22 are melded together in basketball history. So when Team USA steps in and insists she abandon that number at this stage of her meteoric rise, a lot of folks can't help but feel like it's intentional, like it's a calculated attempt to rupture the link she built with supporters through her iconic jersey. Everyone is left scratching their heads and wondering, why would you do this? What are you trying to prove? Unless the true motivation is precisely what it appears to be, a power move, a flex, a means of controlling a player who has become larger, louder, and more powerful than the organization itself. And what makes this sting even more for Caitlyn's supporters is the fact that this isn't the first time USA basketball has appeared to minimize her effect. She was abruptly and very shockingly dropped off the Olympic team earlier this year. A rejection so glaring, so ridiculous that fans and analysts were left astonished. This is a player who consistently pulls massive global viewership. A player whose performances break records. A player who, on her own, has brought a whole sport into the public eye. Nevertheless, she consistently receives the short end of the stick. People are now beginning to talk about a deeper agenda and a bigger pattern. Perhaps the old guard is resisting. Perhaps the seasoned decision-makers are unprepared to deal with a gifted player who is changing the definition of what women's basketball can be. Maybe they feel threatened by the tremendous power she has. Because let's be honest, none of this behavior makes sense unless you consider the idea that Team USA is trying to keep Caitlyn Clark from becoming greater than the system that created her. What number, then, did they choose to coerce her into? According to official camp papers, Caitlyn Clark was assigned number 17 for the upcoming training Camp 17. A totally arbitrary, unrelated number that has nothing to do with her brand, identity, or story. On its alone, 17 means nothing. But in this situation, it means everything because it's not 22. Many unsettling questions are brought up by this forced change. Is Team USA trying to assert its dominance? Are they attempting to remind Caitlyn who's in charge? Or are they just oblivious, totally out of touch with the magnitude of the cultural force she's become? Whatever the cause, the message given to her is quite clear. What matters is determined by us, not by you. So, Caitlyn allegedly responded with the only leverage she needed. Then, I'm not required to be here. And here's the bombshell that truly enraged her fans. There was not a single person on the USA training camp roster with the number 22. It wasn't taken. It wasn't reserved. Neither a veteran nor a legacy player claimed it. It was simply left unfilled. This entire situation is turned upside down by just one detail. There is no longer a logistical error here. This is no longer a misunderstanding. This now appears to be an obvious attempt to diminish the biggest star in the sport. A decision so strange that even impartial observers are wondering what Team USA is thinking. Because if nobody else is wearing it, why force Caitlyn Clark, the one athlete who has earned the number 1,000 times over, to give it up? Logic is absent. There's no explanation. There isn't a single explanation that can withstand its own weight. And that's exactly why Caitlyn reportedly dug her heels in and refused to bend. All of this now falls inside Sue Bird's purview. As the managing director of Team USA, she's responsible for ushering in the next generation, selecting players for training camp, and building a legacy of dominance. However, she is drowning in a crisis that her own organization caused rather than concentrating on player development and international preparation. Because it was always going to blow up spectacularly to take away your biggest star's trademark number. Insiders claim that Subird's response varies from irritated to